program, the affordable solution for Texans that I'm going to talk about today, and I might go into a couple of other ones, but this is from our state housing finance agency. All right. And they have a series of affordable home programs to help people that are in need of a little assistance for down payment and or closing costs. But what I want to talk about today is this one right here. And it's been somewhat of a secret weapon, if you will. Not so much secret. I don't talk about it too much, but it's the My First Texas Home or My First Texans Home bond loan that is not assigned or attached to any down payment assistance. Okay. And the reason that I want to point this one out is because, as you see it, there's a below market interest rate, 5.75%. Even today, with a well-qualified buyer doing a government insured loan, FHA, VA, USDA, my pricing, I'm able to get folks in the low sixes. So I know you hear a lot of times online and people on TV and things of that nature. As an aside, get with the lender that you know, like, and trust. Don't take everything to heart that you hear online or television to be gospel, the facts. Got to go a little deeper. I digress. Back to My First Texas Home potential buyers. Talking about this bond loan that's not tied to any down payment assistance. So you need to be someone that has down payment and closing cost ability. And if you are, then the benefit to you is that you can get a below market rate interest rate, 5.75%. Now, Jerome Powell, in his sentiments earlier this week, stated that all the Fed chairs, they've come together and said, hey, look, it looks like inflation is going where it needs to go. We've done the work that we needed to do. We don't anticipate raising the Fed funds rate anymore. It's a pause. In fact, if things continue as they are in 2024, we're looking to go from anywhere between a quarter to 3/4, 75 basis points of a reduction in the Fed funds rate, which ultimately should result in lower interest rates. Saying all that, okay, it may be a while for some of you to get to the 5.75% level and below. So again, talk about it all the time. Preparation is key, right? Preparation meets opportunity. This bond loan, they're going to go quick. I got my folks locked up that's been waiting. Now I'm reaching out to you guys, right? You got to lock these funds in, this 5.75%. Okay. So now let me destroy some misconceptions to those of you that are out there that may be wanting to buy. For whatever reason, down payment assistance, things of this nature have gotten a negative connotation. Why? I don't know. Because I help folks a lot that aren't necessarily folks that need down payment assistance, especially in our community. We gotta put the pride down a little bit because the numbers show a lot of us need help. And so let that marinate. Let that sink in. Because I help a lot of people that don't need the help, but they have the financial acumen to say, hey, you know what? OPM, if I can use other people's money and keep mine, that's what I'm going to do. So wake up, God. Wake up, wake up, wake up. 5.75 for a first lien 30-year fixed amortization. Okay. Now, as with everything, there are some potential negatives. Recapture tax in this case. Now, I've done a video. I'll put it in the description. I'm not going to go into it, but it's dang near impossible for anyone to run into recapture tax scenarios because you have to have three things that happen all at the same time. And if those three things happen, then if you got to pay a little tax back, you winning because your money is you up. Not you're up, you up, and you win it. Okay. So now, as you can see here, I'm going to focus on the first lien, 5.75% interest rate. So 620 middle credit score. You do have a first-time home buyer requirement, pardon me. But if the house is in a targeted area, won't go into that right now. That's an exception. Okay, you don't have to be a first-time home buyer. Okay. Now, here's the caveat with this. Texas is a community property state. This is something else that is pertinent to this conversation, because a lot of folks that are coming here for whatever reason, I guess folks are trying to, they're trying to come here and start new and lead a spouse or whatever. Texas is a community property state, meaning in your union, we have to qualify you with all of the debt. Now, that spouse may not be on the loan. That spouse can have a 2 credit score and not pay to anybody. Okay. As long as we don't have any collections or any other payments of that nature, that we have to make sure we put it in your name, the qualifying spouse. Credit score is not an issue, but income as well. So with something like this, it's the whole, whoever's going to be on the deed, right, has to fall within the income limits. That might be the only caveat. But again, I'm looking at these numbers. I see numbers all the time. I'll show you here in a minute what the income limits are. Most folks, it's not going to be an issue, even with 2 people working, Yeah, let's segue. Now, this is why you got to get out of the mindset of, I don't need no help. A lot of folks need help. Okay. And again, no down payment assistance. Let me go back over here. No down payment assistance, but those programs are available, right? Where you can get assistance and reach out so we can explain that, because there's some explaining that needs to be done so you understand the full matter of whatever you're getting into. But in this case, you don't have to be in a targeted area. Those monies have been there forever. But the non-targeted area bond money goes by quick, because folks that are making 90, 103,000, they come to get that money. And a lot of you guys that need it don't pull the trigger on it. I'm the people's champ. I'm always here. I'm trying to help. You know what I'm saying? If you go into the timeline, right, the Facebook timeline on the personal feed, if you're watching this, put an article up. CNN had an article. Navy Federal. A lot of y'all love Navy, especially in our community, right? The Navy Fed play. Well, Navy, doesn't necessarily love you. And so representation, what do I mean by representation? You got to have somebody that looks like you, that understands your situation. Not that I'm not going to break any rules or anything of that nature, but I come from where you come from. And so I might work a little harder for you. Let's just say that. And with that said, anybody that comes my way, regardless of nation or creed, those that know, I go hard in the paint for my people. But the CNN was talking about folks that had the same melanin that I have. So it's important to deal with folks that not only have the 10,000 plus hours, not just sitting in class, but excelling, right? Winning, being in this business, understanding that professional that does this on a daily basis and has an understanding of where you come from. When things get a little tight, right? I'm going to go hard in the paint for you. Not just you though, for everybody, but I digress. Here's the deal. There's a lot of monies, okay? If you're a 1 to 2 person household and you're not in these areas here in the white, as far as these counties are concerned, you're in the balance of the state. We'll just talk about the balance of the state. $90,100. Most of y'all not having that problem, even with 2 people working. What do I mean by that? This is monies that you can take advantage of. Okay. 115% of the area, I call it AMI, area median income. That's what I'm going to call it. 3 or more persons in a household, balance of the state, 103,615. Right. This last one that I just priced out, check this out. In the San Antonio, New Braunfels MSA, 95,508. Okay. And look at some of these dollar amounts for some of these counties. But here's the kicker. The purchase prices for non-targeted areas in that San Antonio are $534,541. Balance of the state, $481,176. So majority of folks are looking for lower home prices. Okay. I've been doing this long enough to where the conforming loan limit that just came out, that's now $766,550. Meaning if you buy to that dollar amount, that's get regular loans. It's not jumbo. I started in this when the conforming loan amount was $417,000. You see the difference? A whole nother reason for you guys to get on the property ladder, if you can and if you want to, because all of the naysayers that are telling you not to do these things, they're selling you something. They're selling you something. Okay. But I digress. Average 481,176,000 as far as the purchase price. Okay. We'll just do the average of the state. If you don't fall in these counties, 1 to 2 person household, $90,100. 3 or more person household, $103,615. But you might fall in one of these categories. Okay. So that's my first Texas home loan. Okay. First time home buyer requirement. Have not had ownership in property or real estate in the most recent 3 years. Okay. We're going to consider all of the income within your union. That's the thing. So all of the income within your union, as this example, if you're a 1 to 2 person household, cannot exceed $90,100. Moreover, let's say we're going to use a cosigner, a non-occupying cosigner, because say Big Mama, somebody lives with you, right? Got money's coming in. We're going to use her income along with whoever's within the union, and it couldn't exceed that $90,100. 500 million ways to skin a cat here. Okay. Now, a lot of the realtors that I work and partner with, blessed to work with, just out throughout this year, they have averaged about 3% in negotiating seller concessions. That's the average. Now, there's no guarantees. That's why I'm saying to you all, if you're looking to purchase a home, you need to have the wherewithal to be able to bring in the down payment and closing costs. And I'll say it again. This is not gospel for everybody, but this is just a good percentage to shoot for. You take whatever that home sales price is, that range that you're looking at. Let's say it's $300,000. Okay. And you multiply that thing. If you're in Texas, let's get an average for Texas. Let's say minimum, just 6%. And depending on where you are in the state, and insurances and taxes could go high as 8%. That 6 to 8% of that purchase price, right? So 3 times 6, 18,000. That's what you need to have. Now, you may not have to use all of it if you take advantage of certain programs and things of that nature. If you get a great realtor that knows how to negotiate and things of that nature, and they negotiate seller concessions for you. But we need to start having a mindset. You need to have these monies. Moreover, I'm going to add this. This is just extra. You should never go into a home or any major purchase. I'll just stick with home. You should never go into a home and you have depleted all of your monies to get into the home. Whatever realtor that you're dealing with or whatever lender that you're dealing with that's going to allow you to do that, run, because they're not going to help you pay. And you're going to run into problems. We don't want to do that. We want this to be a blessing and that generational wealth that takes time. Okay. But you got to do it the right way so that you set yourself up for success. But 6 to 8% of the purchase price minimum. And then when you have that, now we start getting creative. Now we start looking for options to help you save as much of that money as possible, so that when you're in the home, you have a cushion for when life happens, because life is going to happen. I digress again. My first Texas home, focusing on the first lien 30-year fixed rate at 5.75%. No other down payment assistance. It's really targeted for folks that have that money saved but are looking for a lower rate, because that's going to help with affordability, right? This is for FHA, VA, and USDA loans. Okay. No conventional on this. And again, cosigners are allowed, but the cosigner will not They cannot live in the property and they will not be on the deed. So the cosigner is just on the hook for the debt. Keep that in mind, right? And again, there are recapture tax provisions. I will put a link to the video that I done on recapture tax. The title is more ominous than what it really is, because 20 years in the game, never had anybody had a recapture tax hit them because of all of the things that have to happen simultaneously and continuously for that to happen. Never really does. Okay. But not to say that it can't. So that's that. Before I get out of here, the other state program, because we only do down payment assistance in this fashion in the state of Texas, I do offer down payment assistance program nationally. It's called the One Plus or the Purchase Plus. Did a video on that earlier this week. Just look in the timeline and you'll see it. Point is, we have solutions. No reason for you to sit around and listen to folks that tell you the sky is falling and home prices continue to rise. Okay. And you're not able to get in because, you didn't take advantage of the opportunity. These are opportunities, right? Opportunities that we're bringing before you. T-Shack, other one that we love. Okay. Point I'm trying to make is there's a ton of programs out here, guys, that allow you, that will help you, assist you in getting into a home if that's what you choose to do. So won't go into T-Shack too much. Again, I wanted to focus on the My First Texas Home and this money that I've been waiting to come back around so we could get my folks in. It's going to go quick. It's going to go quick. So take advantage of the time of the year that we're in. If you're in the if you have the ability, to move at this time, that's an advantage for you. It's an unfair competitive advantage for you, right? You don't have to wait for kiddos and things of that nature because there's less competition. There's still not enough homes. Even with the new home construction that builders are building, they're slow rolling it. They're controlling the market. Okay. They're not going to get in front of their skis like they did 2005, 2006, 2007. That caused 2008 to 13. Never going to happen again. Okay. And we have millennials through the nose. We have younger Gen Xers that didn't buy when they were younger. I'm seeing 50-year-olds first time buying a home. Shout out to you. But that's just more pressure for that affordable home price range. So you got to have your ducks in a row. You got to make sure that you partner with somebody first and foremost that you trust, and you trust them to be able to do their job, do their due diligence. Okay. And that means that they know what they're doing. All right. That's number one. And they communicate the way you want them to communicate. And they're able to take these scenarios and present them to you so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. Okay. Because they are out here. They're out here. They're out here. So if you have any questions, you may watch this at another time. Leave your questions. Most of these platforms, you can send a direct question if you don't want it out in the public. But, if you're not embarrassed, and there's no reason to be embarrassed, to leave a question out in the public, it helps other people. It really does, because I've had people tell me that. And so however you need to do it, do that. We're here to help you. And if you're ready to take that next step, and if that's with us, we would love to speak with you. So our first step in our process is a home loan consultation, free 15 minutes. Hit the link and get on the calendar. Let's build, man. If you want it, it's out here, regardless of what the naysayers say. It's about preparation, education, and your determination to get what it is that you want. Hey, guys, it's about that time. I'm about to get out of here. I got to get back to it. Enjoy your rest of your Friday. Enjoy your family over the weekend. Get some rest, if you will. And again, if we could be of assistance in helping you in the state of Texas with Texas state-specific affordable products, reach out. If you're looking nationwide, we have products for that as well. And get on the calendar, and we'll chop it up. Y'all be blessed.